Okay, so let's try recording a video using Android phone. So this is the new section in our math. It's called 2.3, and this is on orders of operations with powers. Orders of operations with powers, and I guess exponents. In this case, they're one and the same. Well, really no other way to start this but by giving you an example. But first of all, let's get to know what orders of operation is about. Do you remember what bed mass was about? We've done this in the unit on rational numbers. Okay, and the orders of operation means in order from the top to bottom, this is the order that you should operate the math. Okay, so if you see any brackets with operations in them, well, that's what you should do first. Next will be the exponents, which is going to be highlighted in this section. Okay, then you do any divisions, then multiply, add, and finally we subtract is usually our last. Again, with these two, divide and multiply, it's whichever one comes first from left to right. Okay, so let's try an example, shall we? 1 second. Okay, here's an easy one. Let's see. We have an exponent 3 to the 3, and I'm going to add it to another exponent, pardon me, another power, 2 to the 3. Okay, now again, according to orders of operation, according to bed mass, we should be doing the exponents first. Well, there's exponents here, right? And there's also an addition. So addition is going to have to be last in this case. So we got to do the exponents first. 3 to the power of 3, well, that's simply 3 times 3 times 3. And by the way, if I'm putting a number in brackets butted against another bracket, that means it's to multiply. Okay, they're pretty much the same. Okay, so this is 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, and if you calculate this in your calculator, this is going to be 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. And then 2 times 2 times 2, and your calculator is equal to 8. And then adding this up, our final answer should be 35. Okay? Let's try a slightly more difficult example. How about this one? Square bracket 2 times negative 3 to the power of 3 minus 6 to the bracket to the power of 2. We got a big bracket here, so we're going to have to do the operations inside the bracket first. Okay, and you notice that inside the bracket we do also have an exponent, so that exponent has to go first according to our bed mass up here. Okay, inside the bracket we got to do that first, but we got to deal with this exponent first. Negative 3 to the power of 3, well, that's just negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Okay, if you want me to really type this out or write this out, pardon me, it's going to look like this. Okay, and all this is still to the exponent of 2. Okay, so let's finish this off. Negative 3 times negative 3, that's positive 9. Positive 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. minus 6. Oh, this is still to the exponent of 2. Okay. Well, what is, now here's our next step. 2 times negative 27 is negative 54. Okay, minus 6 to the power of 2. Okay, so hopefully you're with me so far. It is a negative integer minus another integer, so it's negative 54 minus 6. This is equal to negative 60. And all this still to the exponent of 2. So negative 60 to the power of 2 is negative 60 times negative 60. And that is going to be equal to positive 3,600. Well, honestly, there's not much more to show you in the exam. Maybe we'll do one more. Okay, let's do one last one. Let's try this example. Okay. How about 18 squared plus 5 to the 0, 0 exponent, remember that, to the power of 2 divided by negative 5 to the power of 3. Now, make sure you get to know your calculator, because this is going to be a good time for you to get to know how to use your calculator in this, okay? We have brackets with operations in it, so this is going to have to be first. But what's inside it is exponents. So we're going to have to do the exponents first before we can add in them. Well, 18 squared, if you type this in your calculator, 18 squared is actually going to be equal to well, let's do this exponent of 5 to the 0 first. So 18 squared plus 5 to the 0. Remember, exponents of 0. Anything to the exponent of 0 is equal to 1. Okay. And then let's do the 18 squared first. Okay. So 18 squared is actually sorry about that. 18 squared is actually equal to 324 plus 1 divided by negative 5 to the 3. Okay, so this here is going to be equal to 325 squared. We're going to divide that with, I guess we can do this one next. Negative 5 to the power of 3 is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5.
I'll come back. Come and see me when you're done. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna, why don't we just do this, we'll square this one and then we'll multiply this one at the same time. In this case, it really doesn't matter. So 325 squared is actually a big number. 105,625 divided by, well, negative 5 times negative 5, that's 25, times negative 5 is negative 125. Okay, again, please get to know how to use your calculator, because you're going to need it in this case. Divided by negative. Okay, so after dividing this in my calculator, I got negative 845. And that's pretty much orders of operations with powers. So use your calculators. Make sure you follow BEDMAS correctly, step by step. And again, if you have any other questions, we can always go through this again and through Google Meet. Okay? And Google Meets is every Monday and Friday for our math class at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. At least until you guys come back to class in a couple of weeks. Bye for now.